Hello, and welcome to my first stint into the Global Battle Union random matchup. The battle you'll be seeing today is actually my third battle that I had. There were problems with the first battle, namely school internet cutting in the middle of the first battle. Thanks. And in the second battle, that one wasn't really worth showing. It was a rotational battle. The opponent had a Fear Aaron, and I had no way of countering that with my team, so I forfeited that match. So this match, as you can see, I'm using mostly OU guys, U thrown in there, and my opponent's using a mixed tier team, but yeah, going into GBU, I was more worried about running into, other teams of nothing but OUs and non-banned legendaries, so I'm glad that wasn't the case. But this team, I kind of get the feeling, is probably has mostly really high, perfect IVs, although maybe not his golem, because that thing was kind of weak. I don't know about, it's a triple battle, so my commentary might not be able to quite keep up with this, with the action, but I'll try my best. Yeah, this was a pretty close match. Let's get this started. Okay, so this guy's name is Raizen, or Raizen. I'm going to go with Raizen, because that's funnier. I'm going to lead off with my Hydreigon, Swampert, and Scissor, and he's going to go with his Scyther Golem and Electros. Of the three of these, the Scyther gave me the most trouble. Okay, first things first. It's an Eviolite Scyther. Spoiler, it's an Eviolite Scyther, and it uses agility instead of Sword Dance, but whatever. I'm going to go for the Dragon Pulse on the Electros, kind of fearing the Ice Fang, because Electros tends to be a physical attacker, but you'll see that's not quite the case. And I Aerial Ace the Scyther and find out it's Eviolite, because I don't even, yeah. Okay, so I Muddy Water, and the Electros avoids it, and I activate the Golem Sturdy, and it barely does shit to the Scyther, but yeah, so the Electros uses Hidden Power, and that's when I find out it's a special attacker. I don't know what type the Hidden Power was, but it was super effective on my Hydreigon. Not only that, my Hydreigon's maxed, well, it's got an IV of 31 in special defense, and that still did a shit ton. Well, it was boosted by Life Orb. Anyway, he's going to go for the Earthquake, and it does about the expected amount of my Swampert, but for some reason it does more than the expected amount of my Scissor. Anyway, I Bullet Punch the Scyther, and it doesn't take it down. That is, and watch this. Dark Gem boosted Sucker Punch doesn't do shit to Swampert. Well, it does a bit amount, but anyway, yeah. Speaking of this Scyther, yeah, well, I don't know, Aerial Ace is a Scyther's main attack, but did a lot more than I was expecting to the Scissor. And so I Dragon Pulse to take down the Electros, and my Swampert's going to Muddy Water the other two to death. Okay, so I'm down 1, he's down 3. But yeah, this battle isn't over yet. So at this point, he switches out his Jolteon, and I bring in my Conch Elder. Yeah, it's a Flame Orb Conch Elder, but that Flame Orb is gonna come. That Flame Orb is gonna bite me in the ass later on. Spoiler. So yeah, he sends out his Medicham lined up with my Hydreigon. So yeah, I'm not gonna take a fighting move to the face. So I switch out my Metagross, which I know has really good bulk. But yeah. So I Mach Punch the Jolteon, because Jolteon is a fairly squishy Pokemon, but it doesn't do anything. I calculated the damage later, and yeah, that Jolteon has a perfect perfect defense IV. Anyway, this Brick Break does. I also damage calculated this, and I'm pretty sure it was a Choice Spec Brick Break, or Choice Banded Brick Break. Anyway, yeah, his Gengar takes down my Swampert. Okay. And yeah, so like I said, I get Flame Orbed. It's gonna bite me in the ass, if you can't already tell. So I send out my Haxorus, and he has the Mold Breaker, but even if I could you could use the Mold Breaker to Earthquake the Gengar. I decided to go with the well, yeah, and he takes out my Metagross in 2 hits. Shit. But I could Earthquake the Gengar, but instead I decided to go for the Stab instead of the super effective and go with the Outrage. Which, as you can see, the Outrage will take down his Metacham. So yeah, and right here, Flame Orb will take out my Conkeldurr. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so he's down to his 1 Gengar. I have my Haxorus and my Hydreigon at yellow HP. This is where the battle was really decided. He decides to Shadow Ball, of all Pokemon, my Hydreigon for some reason. I think he must have misclicked or anything. And yeah, so so that does minimal damage. And anyway, my Outrage activates his Focus Sash, and the Dragon Pulse takes it down. So yeah, I actually, if he had attacked the Haxorus first, he would have won that. So that was a really close match. Thank you, and thanks for watching. Thank you twice.